Okay, welcome to your Module 1 math review. In this review, I'm going to go over every problem here. I'm going to try not to give you the answers. Sometimes it's hard, but I'm going to show you how to do every single problem. So what I'd like you to do is try to do this review on your own, then come back and watch my video for every single problem. So number 1, 0.3 versus 0.27. All I do is I put this on my SmartPal. I put 0.0, 0.3, and 0.27. And then I compare them. So 3/10 versus 2/10. Already, I can see that 3/10 is more than 2/10, right? So it doesn't matter what's in the hundreds. So then you put the sign greater than, less than, or equal to sign here. Okay. Moving on. 500ths plus 2,000ths, or 64 thousandths. So again, I put them in my place value chart. I'm going to put 500ths and 2,000ths in my place value chart. So I simply get my pen and I go 500ths, 2,000ths. Oh, so I can see that's 52 thousandths versus 64 thousandths. And I think you can see which one's bigger. One number has 500ths, the other number has 600ths. That's it. That's how you compare them. So then you put your sign here. Okay? Next one. 405 thousandths versus 450 thousandths. Again, simply put them in your place value chart. Let me erase this. And I put 405 versus 450. The fours are tied, but then the hundredths are different, right? One has 500ths, one has 0 hundredths. So that tells you which one is larger, and put your sign in. That was number 1. Moving on to number 2. Solve on the place value chart. 2.63 times 10 to the third. Okay, so the first thing we have to remember is that 10 to the third is 3 places of 10. It's 3 places. So that's the same as 1,000. And we know when we multiply, we get larger. So I put 2.63 here, and then I'm going to move 3 places larger. So 1, 2, 3. And then I place my number in. 263. And I get 2,630. Now, for letter B, it's 74,800 divided by 10 to the second. So similarly, I need to know that 10 to the second is 2 places of 10. That's the same as 100, but it's 2 places. And if I'm dividing, I'm moving to the right. I'm getting smaller. So I put my number in, 74,000. I put in 74,800. And then I move 2 places to the right, or 2 places to get smaller. Sorry. The video has me turned around. So I go 1, 2. And then I place all of the numbers. And see, they all went 2 places, 1, 2. Okay? And so my answer is 748. That was number 2. For number 3, it says, write 2.47 in word form and expanded form. So the very first thing I would do is write this in your place value chart. So you go to your place value chart and you write the number 2.47. And I can see when I write it here, it's 2 and 4 and 47 hundredths. So then I go back to my problem and I simply write that 2 and 47 hundredths. Okay. And for expanded form, I can look at my place value chart again and I can see each place. So I'm going to do 2 ones plus 4 tenths plus 7 hundredths. So I go there and I write 2 ones plus 4 tenths plus 7 hundredths. That's it. Okay. And then it rains 2.47 inches every month in Madison, Wisconsin, where I'm from. How much rain would fall in 100 months? So if 1 month is 2.47 inches, I'm adding that every month for 100 months, right? So my number should be getting larger. And if I'm having the same 2.47 plus 2.47, it means I'm multiplying. So it's 2.47 times 100. Then I simply go to my place value chart. I already have 2.47 there, and I times it by 100. I go times 10 times 100. So it would rain 247 inches in 100 months. Okay? All right, let's do some erasing so we can move on. Number 4 says, write an exponent in the box to show 3.468 times 10,000. So it just wants you to turn 10,000 to an exponent. So 3.468 times 10 to the. So you just write out 10,000, right? And how many places of 10 does it have? 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 10 to the 4th. So you put a 4 there. 10 to the 4th. Moving on. 7.26 times 3. So here it's very important that we do our steps. First step is write it without a decimal. So we're going to write it as 726 times 3. That's step 1. No decimal. You pretend there's not a decimal. Step 2 is now you choose your method. You can do the area model or the algorithm. Okay, but you're doing that pretending it's this. Pretending it's 726 times 3. So very quickly, I'll just do them. So when I do both the algorithm and the area model, I get 2,178. Okay? But remember, it wasn't 726. It was 7.26. It was 7.26. It was 726 hundredths. So if this was our original number, it was hundredths. We have to make our answer hundredths. All right? And to make hundredths, it's 2 decimal places. So we go to our number and we make it hundredths. So 7.26 times 3 is 21 and 78 hundredths. So I'll repeat this. To multiply decimals, 1, rewrite it without the decimal. 2, multiply it like normal without the decimal. 3, add the decimal back in. That's it. That's it. It's regular multiplication, just at the end, you're adding the decimal in. For number 6, 7.13 minus 0.76, or 7 and 1300ths minus 7600ths. It's so important for this that you use your place value chart. Because if you don't use your place value chart and accidentally line it up like, I don't know, this, it's wrong. That'll be 760, right? So you have to make sure the places are lined up correctly. So let me put it on my place value chart. So 7.13 minus 0.76. Okay. And then I do my steps. 3 minus 600ths. I can't do that. So I borrow from the tenths, becomes 0, becomes 1300ths. So 1300ths minus 600ths is 700ths. Now 0 minus 7, I can't do that. So I borrow from the ones, becomes 6, that becomes 10. 10 tenths minus 7 tenths is 3 tenths. Okay, we know the decimal comes down. 6 minus nothing is 6. So your answer there is 6 and 3700ths. All right, number 7, 42 plus 3.3. Whoa, this one's really important to do on your place value chart. And I'm not going to do it for you, but I am going to show you this. If you do this, this is wrong. This is wrong. Why? Because you have the ones in the tens place, and you have the tenths in the ones place. You have to line it up correctly. You have to line it up like this, because 3.3 is 3 and 3/10. So the 3/10 has to be in the tenths, and the 3 ones has to be in the ones. This is not 42 plus 33. No. This is 42 plus 3 and 3/10. So you have to do that differently. And you don't need my help adding that. And our final problem is 68 divided by 4. Now, so far, without long division, we have two main ways to do this. We can multiply or we can skip count. Next week, we're going to start learning long division, and you'll have a much more efficient way to do this. But until then, we have to get the building blocks down. So 68 divided by 4. You could multiply. You could say 4 times what is 68? Okay, so 4 times 10 is 40. 4 times 7 is 28. If I add those up, that equals 68. So 4 times 17. Okay, so that would work. Or you can skip count by 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, all the way to 68, and you'll see it 16 times. The other way you could do is, I haven't taught this, but you've known this since second grade. You could draw 4 circles, right? Because we're doing 68 into 4, 68 divided by 4. And so if we're trying to put 68 into here, you could basically do my multiplication strategy and put 10 in each. So 10, 20, 30, 40. You could put 5, so you go 45, 50, 55, 60. And then you could put 2, 62, 64, 66, 68. You add those all up and there's 17. Any of these ways would work. The reason I'm not teaching you long division yet is I want you to have a solid way to do division, to build up to long division. Okay, so that was your Module 1 review. The test will be later this week, and it'll look almost exactly like this. So if you try to do these problems, then corrected yourself with my video, you are in like perfect position. Okay, good luck to you.